Yo, what up? Today I'm gonna drop the realest advice, and it's gonna piss some people off, but like honestly, you've been wasting your life. You've been wasting fucking the most important resource that matters for any of us. And when I tell you, and by the time you get to the end of the video, you fully understand that every moment counts. Every moment, every second, you have the ability to change. It's a single thought. It's a single move. It's like you are following the current of 1,000 fish swimming in one direction. But you can have the choice to branch off and swim in a different direction. You don't have to follow the current, you can break out of it. It just requires work and movement towards what you actually care about. Now, I want you to visualize, right? Or just think of the concept of an aura. Everyone has their aura, and if you think about it, like everyone, and it ties back to the currency that we all have. We all have focus. I call it focus energy. Other people will say it's just your energy or just your aura, right? Now, what happens is if you go into school, you go into a familiar location, and you know this teacher said this thing about you, so your body changes. You walk in, and your entire stance changes. Your body, your heart rate goes up, you're closed off. All of this is because of discomfort, right? But the same way, when you are comfortable, when you walk into a room full of your friends, shoulders are dropped, you're relaxed, you're actually excited, your heart rate goes up because of that excitement. Now, those are different energies, but what I'm trying to tell you is it's all the same thing. It's all the same thing, and you don't have to exist in anything that limits you and pulls you down, right? I'm saying that from a place of neutrality, you can remove all of these things that you give attention and focus to, right? It's gonna make a bit more sense. I know it's still a bit vague, but like, think about money, right? Have you ever thought, I wish I had more money. I wish I had this. Think about your crush. Have you ever thought, if I had her, my life would be better. If I had this person, if I had more money, I would have her. If I had a car, I would have her, right? All of these feelings of lack, all of that. Lack is just a state. It's just an energy. And you can shift out of that state, right? But to tie it back to the focus energy and the focus analogy and your aura, what's happening is every time you step into that state of lack, be it about money or whatever, you bend your body and you contort how you enter the world energetically, so that you're not able to actually exist properly. Basically, I want you to think about it like you're morphing the world to put this thing on a pedestal, right? It's like you're squeezing yourself smaller to make this thing above you. And that is literally it. That is the only point. If you get that point, everything will make sense afterwards. Is that if you are squeezing or shaping your life to put anything above you, be it money, be it a degree, be it a car, be it a girlfriend, be it your friends, be it a teacher, be it a subject, a school subject, be it any kind of external thing other than you, you are wasting your precious focus energy, right? Now I want you to think about it, right? Because this, on a like longer time scale, becomes an unnoticeable behavior, it becomes a habit, and that is what we're trying to break out of, right? So, you know, like, lack in terms of money often comes out as the behavior of saying no, I couldn't, or let me pay you back, like all of these things, like where you're feeling unworthy of money because you've placed the importance of money higher than you, and it shifts and contorts how you appear. If someone just gave you 500k, I know some people will just be like, oh, we'll just take the 500k, but like realistically, if it was someone who really cared about you and you knew they didn't have the money, you're gonna say, hey, listen, like I can't accept this money, you know? Or if you did accept it willy-nilly, often find yourself spending it and wasting it before you even like get to actually like experience it, right? Because of the scarcity mindset that, you know, oh, this thing is, if it just sits in the account, what if this will happen, what if that will happen, let me just go spend it, let me go do this, right? That's often what happens, right? Like I'm speaking just in terms of focus, energy, and more importantly, just the concept of a podium, right? Podium just means we put something, or pedestal, right? We pedestalize things, right? We pedestalize concepts. We think that this kind of person is taller, so they're better, or whatever. And then we warp our reality to show us that, to like basically reveal to us that, hey, that is true, right? We have this thing called the reticular activation system, which is basically the whole thing of, if you look for it, you're gonna find it. If you put it in your awareness, you will be aware of it. You'll find more like you'll find more examples of it. So long story short, think about it, right? Think about all of this shit, and it's gonna piss you off, because think of all this little shit that you gave attention to, that you put on a pedestal since the young age of like, say, 8, because other people did that around you. And now all of a sudden you've wasted years of your life that you could have just been living at ease without any tension, without any contortion, without any bending of your current like world around you, right? I'm using the word contortion because I want you to feel what I'm saying. I want you to feel that like you are squeezing yourself into a tiny box to allow money to be more important than you. Because some teacher said, if you don't do your homework, you're going to be working at McDonald's. And if you are a people pleaser, you were going to end up doing all your homework, doing everything the teacher said, because you didn't want them to be angry at you for other reasons, and then also shaping your life to then worship money because some lady or some guy said that's what you should do, or subconsciously their belief bled into you. And what I'm saying today is you can reverse that completely by taking some time and basically unhooking. I want, like, use the visual of unhooking, right? You're gonna unhook yourself from all of these concepts. You got a crush right now? Unhook yourself from that concept. Go back to before you knew they existed. They were just like some like walking figure in the like a silhouette. They were just a silhouette. They were unlocked in like a video game. There was no pressure on them to be anything. And now in your current life, you squeezed them, well, you stretch them to be bigger than you. That's what it means when you're on this pedestal journey. You are squeezing things to be bigger than you, and you need to squeeze it back. You need to squeeze it back into you. And it is life changing when you think about it. And like I did like what I would call like a strong motivation meditation, where I sat down and I said, I'm not going to get up until I know for a fact that I've squeezed all of my like pedestalized like behaviors out of me. It didn't do it all. I will repeat the thing and it will all be gone. But what I understood from that one sitting is that your life can change just by shifting your perspective. And you shift that perspective by pulling it away from these things that don't really matter to you, that you don't really care about. And you shift it back into yourself. You shift it back into yourself. You pedestalize yourself. And it's the sad thing is it's not even putting yourself on a pedestal. This is just genuine self-care, self-love, like showing yourself the love, showing yourself the attention, paying yourself first in terms of attention, focus, aura, and you will see that the way you walk into a room changes. The way you talk to people changes. It's more relaxed, it's more playful, it's more in line with the universe. Like, and when I say in line with the universe, I mean like you're reaching your like flow state in everything, in doing work, in doing conversations, networking, whatever. Like it all just flows, it all just works for you. Why? Because you shifted that energy back. You took attention and like intense focus on money and the lack of money away from you, away from the money. You took all that focus away from that and you put it back into yourself. So think about that. Think about how if you shift that perspective and put it back on yourself, what could be the possible gain? Worst case, you just take an extra hour and look after yourself and what you deserve, right? Think about it, because this shit will change your life. It honestly... I had to sort something out, but yeah, just to recap, the pedestalized energy needs to be de-pedestalized. It needs to be unhooked off, because all you're doing, there's this famous quote, I don't know if it's actually famous, but my cousin did a painting and used the quote, and then I don't know where it came from, but it was just drilled in me, and it's, man is born free, but everywhere he is in chains. And if I could extend it, it would be that, but the chains like are his fault. He's hooked them on, and that's the story for all of us. Is we've hooked ourselves onto these chains, and we've forgotten that we can easily unhook them, or we never knew that we could unhook them. But all I'm saying now is take the time and unhook yourself from these chains, because in life it's too short. And what you'll find when you give yourself that energy again is that you will find your true self. You'll find an unwarped version of yourself. You will find what it really means to be you. And I feel sorry for everyone, mainly because I feel sorry for myself, because I bended and contorted and made myself smaller for people, dumbed myself down at times for other people because of my inability to deal with, like my own people-pleasing behavior. So just understand that, the world is your oyster. You, like your homework now has to be just do what I call the strong motivation sitting, the strong motivation meditation. You're gonna sit there, there's gonna be no music. Your thoughts are probably gonna drag you left, right, and center. But this is a battle. This is you. This is the boss battle. And I want you to slowly visualize the things you put on a pedestal, whether you're aware of it or not. Think about it. Have you ever cut yourself short for money? Have you ever cut yourself short for other people? Have you ever shut up in a meeting because of your boss? Have you ever not said something because it was easier for the people in the room? And all of those times, I want you to unhook that burden. I want you to unhook all of that, because that is you reconnecting with who you truly are. And that's the video today. Yeah, peace. I hope it helps. Do the meditation, do your homework, and come back, respond in the comments, and let me know how it is.